with your weekly energy and oracle reading for February 27th through March 5th, 2017. Sorry about that. Always get confused when we get to the end of the month and then move into a new month, you know, because there's that mismatch. So welcome to a new month. It's always exciting when you're entering into a new month and exiting an old month, because it always feels like new beginnings, and it's very cathartic and cleansing. So if you're here, you are here for Whitehawk's reading. He is my spirit guide. But as always, I like to touch back on the previous week's reading, and this one was a doozy, because Whitehawk came to us not as himself, or as we would normally see him. I shouldn't say not as himself, but as we would normally see him. You know, he came to us as a cowboy. I do believe I failed to mention that last week. And he, if you recall, he got off his horse, and then he was quite distant, and he didn't want to be there, and then he just said, you know, I don't give a rat's ass, right? If you recall him saying that. And so it was very different, and so I think it wounded a lot of us, and in fact, I mean, it did worry me, but the benefit I have is that I've worked with Whitehawk for years and years, so I've come to know him and just let the message play on, because I sort of knew and thought that in this message what it was is he was probably portraying a character as something he wanted us to learn about. So someone we were going to meet, or you know, symptoms of certain types of individuals, or in this case, if you think about it, it was really about his words and how they hurt, how it would feel to be approached like this, or to be with a friend or a coworker or a parent or anyone that did this, right? And so let me give you another example of how it manifested itself in my own world last week. So I was having a conversation with an acquaintance who's very well aware of the separation that I went through with my ex-husband, as well as the post-concussion that I have suffered over the last 6 years, which is now called a mild traumatic brain injury, because I've had it for so long. So we usually start off and have fun, and we chat, and it's pretty light and relaxing, but at one point it kind of got a little heavier than normal, and it turned to you know, my separation, and then the traumatic brain injury. And what I realized was through this was that this person really wasn't supportive of me, wasn't on my side regarding the brain injury. And it's really funny because this person works in the medical field, right? So brain injuries are tough, especially when it comes to concussions, because you cannot see the injury. You can't see how it's affected me. If I had affected my leg and had to have my foot cut off, or it was gangrene or something, you would see that. You would see the effect of it out in mainstream even as well, because you'd see it would affect the way that I walk. People who are with me often see the effect that the mild traumatic brain injury has on me, and the way I talk, and I use opposites, and the pain I have, and the medication I'm on for the pain, and the stuff that I'm unable to do, that I miss out on sports, I miss out on skiing, anything that has to do with the head region, or how, what's the word, I have to be so careful about hitting my head on anything, right? That's the world I live in. And so if you're an acquaintance or even a viewer, all you see is the person that comes here, or in my case, in the world of my children. If I go to my children's plays, or if I go to any of their sporting events, or stuff like that, you're going to see me when I'm okay, because I've prepped myself before that. I've rested, take pain medication, right? Or I'm putting on a happy face for an hour and a half because I have no choice to, because I'm not going to be there being the downer in the corner complaining about, you know, the pain that I have in my head. I live with head pain every day, even with the medication that I take. I live with dizzy and nausea and this thing there where I'm always like, and you know, I have to think a lot. It takes longer for me to focus and get words than it ever has. But unless you've known me, you're not going to see that. Like if I'm driving, I have to know where I'm going, because I can easily become confused, and so I have to actually sit down, ground, and think about where I'm going. And then if I am overstimulated, and it happens quickly, it'll cause irritability, right? Anger. So there's all those things involved. So if you only see me as an acquaintance, you don't know any of this. Because all you see is this, right? You see this Tracy, she's got her lipstick on, she's got her blush on. I always have makeup. God bless makeup, right? You don't see the dark eyes. You don't see the puffy eyes, because I'm able to conceal it, right? You don't see the pain because I'm concealing it. So in this conversation with this person, I could see that they weren't very supportive of my having a brain injury, and I felt that that came very much from my ex-husband talking to him, because my ex-husband was very manipulative, deceitful. He's a con artist, right? He's a con man. And even going through my separation, he tried to say, you know, I feigned my concussion, which is complete baloney. You know, I've been through MRIs, CAT scans. You just don't go through that stuff. The medication I'm on is for brain injuries. Anyways, I'm not going to justify this stuff to people all the time, but this person who I was kind of on the fence about anyways, wondering whether they were a mole or whether they themselves are a narcissist, which is in the end what I believe. This reading came to me to validate that with him, because when he was speaking with me, he did make me feel very belittled. He did make me feel as though full of shame. You know, if he was trying to build me up and say, come on, Trace, you know, you got to get up on your feet. You got to get up there, get out there. And it's the way they think you have to get up on your feet and get out there. It's not the way that you want to do it, which is through intuition and doing videos and serving people with readings and Reiki practicing and teaching, right? No, they think you have to have that 9-to-5 job and make that $150,000, right? So I felt very judged and very belittled and very full of shame. And there was an awkward moment, and he finally laughed. But lo and behold, like 3-5 minutes later, he's back, like as if nothing happened. That is what a narcissist does. I just want you to know. So this reading for me validated who this person was, and that I should not trust this person. And it's sad, because this person is a wolf in sheep's clothing, because they're a person you want to be around, you will gravitate to. However, not someone you want. You're better to have, what's it, friends instead of enemies or something like that. What's that saying? I don't know. I can't remember. But anyways, let's just say the reading validated what I had been sensing. Anyways, and so that's how Whitehawk comes to us, and he teaches us. So think back about last week, about what happened in your life, and see where you may have met a character like that, or someone in your family is like that, because he's pointing out to you narcissism and narcissistic traits. Because really, in the end, they don't really give a rat's ass. Not about you. Anyways, they care a whole hell of a lot about themselves. Not about you. All right, guys, let's go get Whitehawk and see what he has to say for the day. Indeed. Indeed, indeed, little ones. Welcome back to what will portend to be a week of new beginnings, no doubt. For indeed, it is a new month, a new day, a new dawn. But the new beginnings come through sacrifice. For many of you have sacrificed often, too often in your life to get where you are, and oftentimes sacrifices lead to new beginnings. There's no doubt we have to let go of a lot to receive more. And so there's no doubt that many of you have gone through this. However, the new beginnings will not be beginnings that you have seen before, or beginnings of where you are following other people in their footsteps, or walking a path that has been well worn. In fact, the beginnings will come through darkness. When I say through darkness, I mean you will literally have to be the one that starts writing on the wall. So you may see it as a new canvas, a new slate to begin your new path. It will be you who blazes the trail. However, it will still start through darkness, start through nothingness. In other words, there's nothing there that anyone has done before. Many may have thought it, but nobody has really begun it. So your beginning will not look anything like anybody else's. So just move forward through it, move into it. And you'll find as moving into it, it will come to you. And the light will grow around you. And the doors will open, the windows will open. Your world will evolve. It will start to shape itself around you as you start to make those small steps into nothingness, into darkness, into newness, into no path anybody has ever blazed before. N'est-ce pas? So indeed, a week of new beginnings and many, how can I say that? Many uncertainties. Many people not knowing exactly where this is going to take them. God bless them. We are always with you. Indeed. Thank you, Whitehawk. So not only a new month, but it looks like new things are coming for us. New openings, new beginnings, where we're going to blaze those trails ourselves. So, if you enjoyed this, if you want to comment in the comment box about this, of course, be nice. Be nice. There's always a way to put it nice. We don't have to be so mean. Keep it clean. I'd love to hear from you. If you can even let me know how last week showed itself for you. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you, or just a simple thumbs up will do as well. And don't forget to join us on all our other social media and to book a reading with me and Whitehawk at intuitivetracyroy.com. We'll see you back here next week. God bless.